Boo! Cammy's here. Welcome back to another one of my amazing devlogs. In the last devlog, I mainly talked about my game and its inspirations. So, for those who are new to my channel, welcome! The game started off as a Game Boy game, but I've changed engines and did an overhaul on my game completely. It's really different. So, here's the story of the game, a brief synopsis. The game's about a young woman who enters a world that's only accessible through sleep, a world that's connected to many, but only a few people can actively inhabit it. The dream world is taking place in a subway train, and the woken world in a small city/town. So, as you may have heard, it's no longer a Game Boy game. That's right, I just couldn't deal with the limitations anymore. Like, I love the concept of playing it on my Nintendo DS, but if I want this to be a full release with all the colors and details that I love and desire in my game, I have to change engines. So, now I'm using G-Develop. Yes, G-Develop. No more Game Boy Studios with beautiful, simple UI and the easy to read puzzle-like code. Nope! Now we're using G-Develop with the clunky UI and the more complex puzzle-like code. Oh my gosh, did my thing just do that to me in the middle of me? I'm gonna have to cut that out. So, I don't really know how to feel about this game engine. On one hand, I like how I don't have to code much stuff. On the other, I really like the easy to use and simple development process of Game Boy Studios. I respect the creators of it for making such an easy to use engine for such a complex task, like emulating the game on a Game Boy. But I haven't used G-Developed enough to compare the two engines properly, so I might make a video about it one day. Cammy, you're talking too much. Show us the game. Alright, fine. So here's the game so far. Yay! It's far from complete, not even close. All I've made is this test level and the opening level and some art for it. So, school. For me, school starts in a week, so I won't be able to focus on the game like I'd like to. But let's not focus on that right now. You may be wondering, what all have I done? Well, I've designed some NPCs that may or may not be important for the game. I'm really excited to show off the NPCs I've made, but some are spoilers, while the others I'm making promo art for. So, here. A photo of girl posing out in a magazine. Yep, you can enjoy this while you wonder what the NPCs look like. And if you want to see more art, follow me on just_Timothy with a bunch of Y's. And this is only on Instagram. I don't have accounts anywhere else yet, but one day, and I might change the name later. You can see loads of art from me there though. And that's enough plugins. The background for the test scene is supposed to be a subway train, but I'm going to change that to a bus. So, for the first level, the game will start off with girl coming off of the bus and entering this little city scene. I'm planning on this area to be filled with interactable and non-interactable NPCs. The background has been built inside the game engine, so I can sort of block it out to draw over it. I've already started working on the first NPC, who will give the player items to buy stuff, and he's the shop NPC. His name is Juju Plum Guy because why not? I just really obsessed with that name. I just said it as a joke at first, but I just kept on going with it. He's based off of someone I saw who usually sells fruits on the side of the street, and this game design and setting is heavily influenced by where I live and its culture. So that's something. I'll go in depth with it later though, like in future devlogs when I actually do draw the backgrounds. Like the first Game Boy version of this game, the player's first objective is helping her friend pack up and move. I haven't implemented that yet. I haven't even began working on her proper dialogue and art for the scene, but I'm going to soon, trust me. I do all the art and animation for the game by myself. I draw a single frame first and erase a certain part before I copy and paste it multiple times and animate like one part that I erased. It's a simple method for small looping animations, but for my walk cycles, they're all frame by frame animated. For the girl's idol animation, I'm planning on redoing it to have her snapping her fingers to the music or bouncing one hand. I want the idol animation to show both the player and the NPC's personalities, so a slight bounce or flick of the hand can suffice. Now, I've heard many people inside the game development area talk about never starting your dream game first with one video, with one game. You have to make a bunch of other small video games, bunch, before you actually even think about starting your first dream game. Well, I've sort of followed that rule. You see, this isn't the first game I've ever worked on or created, but it is the first one I've made the most progress in. I've worked on 2 other games so far. One was in a game jam with friends, and the other one was personal, but not really. The game jam one was called Lost, and it was about a girl and her ghost sibling falling off a cliff into a world that consumes spirits. The game didn't get far because everyone was inexperienced and had zero clue what we were doing. So it was a big, huge mess. But a fun mess, but still, it was a mess. The game was made in Godot, and it was the first time I've ever used an engine like that. Well, it was basically the first time I've properly made a game, but yeah. Shout out to Heartbeast for all those tutorials on it. And the second game, this one was, just a joke. It was a complete meme. It was all for fun and laughs. So, it's a dating sim game called What's So Wrong About Dating Girls? Oh, that might be what you thought it was going to be about. No, the game is called What's So Wrong About Dating Bugs? It was a comedy dating sim game about dating bug-like girls. It started off as a joke and even gained a small following, but I gave up because of scope creep and the pressure I felt from having an audience that was waiting on the game. It was like every time I worked on it, I was wondering, if it was good enough, will this keep players' engagement? Is my spelling correct? Oh man, this is cringy! And so on and so forth. So I just scrapped the project altogether. But looking back at the small demo I made, there was nothing wrong with the project and I kinda had a lot done. Well, more than I thought I did. I had options and branching paths. I had funny dialogue and one sprite, but it was still something, which is surprising because it's better than nothing. But from all those projects I've worked on, failure or not, garbage and incomplete, I gained something new about game development journey, though I don't feel I can call myself a proper game developer yet. Now that I've shown all I've done so far, I just want to thank you all for watching to the end. It really means a lot to me and I'm grateful to all that enjoyed my video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe and have a great day. And you may have noticed that I seem to have said less ums and buts and whats recently. That's because I've actually made a script. I know it's something I shouldn't be celebrating so deeply about, but it just shows how far I'm getting, I guess. So, thank you again for watching. Have a good one.